Hey guys, my name is Forrest Jersey and I'm a senior majoring in sport management. The topic of my final paper is the future of soccer in the United States. So it's kind of been an unpopular sport in our history, but I think it's on the rise to becoming more popular. So some history of the sport. Its earliest traces were found in Jamestown, Virginia in the 1600s. It was just kind of a recreational activity, never too competitive or serious. So after that, in the 1800s, colleges started hosting intramural competitions for soccer, such as like Yale, Harvard, and Brown. So that kind of made the sport more popular. And then after that, professional leagues started rising up in the 1920s. There were probably about three or four professional leagues in the 1900s, but they weren't very successful at all. Um, so I think definitely the turning point for soccer was 1994. We hosted the World Cup in the United States, and it broke all kinds of attendance records. So that success kind of helped start the MLS, because the MLS was founded the next year in 1995. Um, Over the past 20 years, our U.S. national team has received a lot of success. The men's team, they've reached 4 rounds of 16, and they got an 8th place finish in 2002. So that's definitely their best 20-year stretch by far. The women's national team, they've been dominating. They have 2 World Cups, 1 runner-up finish, and 3 third-place finishes since 1991. So definitely, there's a few issues I found in U.S. soccer. Equality for women in sport is definitely a huge issue in the U.S. Like I just said, the women, they've been dominating soccer for the past 23 odd years. So, but they've not really received much recognition for it. So it kind of raises the question, like, why can't women receive as much attention as men in sport? Also, I think this has an effect on the youth, especially young girls, because they see these women succeed, and they see that they have no recognition for their success, so it might turn them away from the sport, which we don't want. So definitely another issue I found was player development in the U.S. Basically, anything below MLS is known as grassroots soccer, and all of that stuff is a pay-to-play basis. Some people even have to pay maybe $40,000 a year just to play the sport. So that just it's kind of unfair for those athletes that are less fortunate, because they might have they might be the most talented American soccer player, but they can't afford to even showcase their talent. So it kind of, they don't really have a chance, I guess, compared to other countries. When you think of Ronaldo and Messi, those guys came from poor backgrounds and they were still able to have success. So my prediction for the future for soccer is that it will take over as one of the 4 major sports. So I've got 3 reasons behind why I think this. Social media is a huge one, because obviously social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they're also popular in the U.S. And during the 2014 World Cup, millions of tweets were sent out. The Brazil-Germany game broke the record, actually. There was 35.6 million tweets in 90 minutes. So obviously that's huge, and it gives Americans who love social media a lot of access to the sport. Another reason I think it'll become more popular is the youth participation. According to this article I found, there's over 6 million youth soccer players in the U.S. It's the second most popular sport behind basketball. So I have a feeling this younger generation will be more willing to embrace soccer in the future, and they'll be more willing to watch it as fans. So yeah, that looks like it's a good positive point for soccer. Also, the third final point I've got is the TV ratings. This past 2014 World Cup, ESPN received its highest ratings ever, up 39% from the 2010 World Cup. There were over 18 million viewers in the USA-Portugal match, and it was the most watched ever soccer match in the U.S. So all these 3 factors really predict a bright future for the sport of soccer. They point the sport in a positive direction, and if these trends continue, soccer can break that barrier, and I predict that it would probably go over hockey as one of the 4 major sports. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.